Hey everybody, Michael Mowbray here from MoLight. Just want to run through some of the features, the amazing features of the AD600BM. Give you a little bit of idea how to use it, how to set it up. It's really simple. So we'll run through some of the features and we'll run through the setup and get you on your merry way. So, first things first, power on right here. As it fires up, you've got your channel. Here, you've got your group here. You can see it's in group A. It's set to manual. This is a manual strobe only, no TTL on the AD600BM. You've got your power level. You've got your T.01 time. What is that? That's your flash duration. So if you hear about people talking about really quick flash durations to freeze motion, that's what we're looking at here. At 16th power plus a third on this particular flash, it's 1/3000th of a second. That's pretty quick. That'll freeze motion. So in case you're wondering what that number is, that's exactly what it is. Up here in the right-hand corner is your power level, so it tells you how much battery you have left. Next to that on the left is a little speaker. It says whether or not you've got the beep set on, so you can have an audible beep to know when your flash is done recycling. And then all the way over here in the far left corner is something really important, okay? And that's if you have a problem with your X1 or your XT32 transmitter triggering your strobe, that's probably the problem. You don't have it set in radio. And how do you set that? Right here, top middle, you see a little ziggy-zaggy button. You press that, and it goes away. There's no radio signal there, okay? Press it again, it's back on. So you need to have that little radio signal, little radio antenna up in the upper left-hand corner in order to use this with an X1 or an XT32 transmitter, or if you're going to be using like a V862 speed light to trigger your strobe as a master, you have to have it in radio mode, okay? Big thing. Next thing, make sure that whatever channel you're using, we're in channel 2 here, is the same channel that you've got on your X1. Right now I've got A set to manual and 1/32nd plus a third. You see it changed here. I'm going to dial it up. Hit my group button so it flashes. Turn this up. I'm going to turn it up to, let's say, 8th power. Lock it in. Boom. 8th power. Now, one other thing. You'll notice it wasn't changing when I was turning the dial. It waited until after I hit a test beep. Why is that? I'm too close. Think of it this way, because we're using radio systems here, a radio transmitter, a radio receiver. When it's working this close, it's almost like somebody coming up and screaming in your ear. You need to be at least 3 feet away in general to have this always communicate with the radio receiver. So I'm just going to walk a little bit away here, okay? Now, as I'm turning my power down on my transmitter, it's turning down at the same time on my strobe, okay? And I'm still 3 feet away, boom, no problem firing it, okay? So if you're fidgeting with this and you're not getting it to fire and you're right next to it, that's why. It's again, think of it like somebody screaming in your ear. You can't even make out anything because the signal's so strong. It's got to be at least 3 feet away. Now, there is a custom setting on your X1 transmitter where you can work in what's called close mode. I'm not going to cover that here. Look that up on my site or look that up on YouTube. But if you do have to work with your transmitter really close to any of my strobes, there is a way you can do a close mode. But don't worry about that for most of what you're doing because it's hardly ever you're going to be right on top of a strobe. Okay? So other things we have on here, we've got a custom function menu. We've got a button for high-speed sync. Do we need to turn the high-speed sync button on? The answer is typically no. Here's why. If you're using an X1 or an XT32 transmitter in your hot shoe, it automatically sends that signal to your flash, telling your flash that, hey, this guy's at 1/1600th of a second, you need to kick into high-speed sync. That's one of the beautiful things about this system is high-speed sync is automatic, okay? You don't have to be turning it on the strobe here, okay? So also notice now that I've activated my Canon X1 transmitter, up here in the corner you'll see a little C. That stands for Canon. This is compatible with Canon, Nikon, Sony, Olympus, Panasonic, and now Fuji. So it's compatible with all those brands. You could use any of those brands of camera with a compatible X1 transmitter, and it'll control and trigger this strobe. So the AD600, it's a very powerful strobe, 600 watt seconds, comes with a built-in modeling light. Here we go. You can manually turn that on here on the strobe. It's a little, looks like a little sun down here in the lower left corner, and it's got 3 different levels. You can also control that by hitting the CH channel button on your X1. Double click it, turn it on, turn it off. So you can do it remotely, or you can do it from the strobe itself. So one of the most popular strobes I sell, the MoLight Godox AD600BM, 600 watt seconds, high speed sync, killer strobe.